Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Problem Solve podcast. I'm lucky enough today and very fortunate enough to be joined by Emil Juresic. Thanks, Emil. I'm stoked to have you on.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure. Now, good to be here and see if I can give any value today.
Yeah. Well, just to introduce you, your company turns over $1.2 billion, $300 million in property developments, and all your company's worth over $100 million. And you've achieved this all by the age of 45.
First of all, you're wrong. 46.
46.
But 45 does sound way better. You know, I think there's a certain stage of your life where you want to go backwards with the age. And I think I'm at that stage now. You know, normally when you're 20, it was like, I want to be 25. Now you want to go backwards. But real estate company actually turns over 5 billion. I mean, sales and property development company, we have developed $500 million worth of projects over the years. And then we got finance, business, online, wellness, and 500 plus staff company.
Congratulations. Today. That's a meteoric rise in a very, very short lifespan so far.
Look, I always feel like I can do more. I feel like I can achieve more. I'm happy with, where I am in life, and I'm happy with businesses that we have created. But I'm just a crazy serial entrepreneur that just wants to squeeze as much as I can out of myself to do more. And I feel like I'm capable of doing more. And I think I can achieve more, and I don't chase money. I don't chase, to have $1 billion company or whatever. I just like progress.
And is that why, because talking about being an entrepreneur, you're in everything.
Yeah.
From tech, AI, property, management, wellness. You're across so many different fields, and we were just talking about it before off camera.
Yeah.
You've got over 500 staff.
Yes.
What makes you get up? Is it?
I tell you something crazy. I'm looking at your hand. You're not wearing this whoop. She's not doing it either. So with this whoop, it really reads freaking your entire body. It shows you how well you recovered overnight, how well your sleep is. And I will show you later off camera, my sleep over the last 6 weeks since I started really getting deep with OpenClaw AI, my sleep has gone to shit. And my sleep is like 40% out of 100%, and I'm sleeping about 3 hours a day. And two, my recovery last 35 days is in red. So I'm almost like a dead man walking. Why? I love life. I love creating things. I love making progress. And with OpenClaw, whatever is in your head, you can make it happen straight away. So let's say two of us want to start an insurance company. You can just talk to your OpenClaw, which is in your phone through Telegram, and you can just talk to it, and you can say, hey, a friend of mine and I want to start an insurance company. Can you research it in a second? And we'll research it in a second. We'll tell you if there's a market for it or not. We'll build a website in a second, and business can be live. Because right now, I'm so deep with AI, any idea that I have, I can execute it straight away. Normally, let's say idea comes to your head 10 o'clock at night time. What you would normally do, you would go and research it into Google, then we'll go and ask your friends, what do you think of this idea? And then if it's an online idea, whatever, then you would get somebody to build it for you, build your website, and all that could be 2 months.
Yep.
All that's done now in 1 minute. So any crazy ideas you get, you're just executing. And so right now, I'm just so excited by this phase of my life that I can move quicker than ever.
Yeah.
What I can normally do in 10 hours, I can do now in 10 minutes.
Yes, yeah, so you're in hyperdrive at the moment.
And my brain is just wired that I even said to, Simon B this morning, I was like, fuck, I just feel like I need to just leave my phone for 5 days and go spend it on an island so I can just sleep.
Yeah.
And I love the game. I love being an entrepreneur. I love creating things. I love meeting new people. I love learning, and that just completes me, makes me happy.
Is that how you see it, Emil, as a game? And you've got all these different chessboards. Is that how you see it?
So, what sport did you play when you were 6 years old?
Cricket.
Cricket. When you play that sport at 6 years old with your mates, you had no worry in the world. You were having fun of your life, you were laughing, you still wanted to win a little bit, but you just careless, right?
Did it for the love almost.
When I was 6 years old, I was playing soccer with my friends. Every day, as soon as you finish school, you go out and you play soccer with your friends, and you just zero worry in the world. That's how I live my life now as a 46 years old. I'm in the mind of 6 years old Emil that just wanted to have a fun and just wanted to do what he really enjoyed doing, and that was playing soccer at the time. Now, my soccer is business today. I love the game. I love it. I'm passionate about it. Nothing is too hard, big or small. Yep. And, some people always say, do what you love. And some people will love being an electrician. You do that. Some people would love whatever. But with me, I'm just an entrepreneur. I love making progress. I love creating new ideas and being invested in so many different industries. I feel like I'm just learning more. My brain cells are expanding.
Constant evolution almost.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So one of the big observations I had when I sort of was preparing to talk to you, one thing that strikes me with you is you have no fear. No fear. And when I look at how accomplished you've been in all these different areas, I think that's almost a superpower of yours. You dive into everything. Could you maybe touch on that and talk?
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing sometimes. Look, I think it's I believe I have to do everything in my power to be truly internally happy. Now, a lot of people want to do something, but something is holding them back. Could be the voices in their head telling them that they can't do it, they won't be able to achieve it. Could be the circle around them, friends telling them, hey, you can't make it in this or whatever. With me, I feel free when I can say what's on my mind. Now, on social media, I say what's on my mind. Most people will be like, what the fuck did he say that? Most people think something, but they don't have either balls or they're scared. Oh my God, if I say this, what will other people say? With me, I don't give a fuck. I am being truly happy. I will say what's on my mind and I feel free. If I don't like you as a person, I would say, champ, I don't like you. And I feel great saying it instead of me pretending I like you, but I fucking don't. Yep. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And with me in business, if I have an idea, I was like, man, I only live once. I'm going to be dead one fucking day. If I don't do something now, am I going to live my life regretting? Fuck it. I'm doing it. But I got to be smart enough to analyze it and research it enough that whatever I want to do, that I'm not going blindly. Yeah. I'm going with calculated risk that, hey, this can work.
And where did that come from? Where do you think the switch was? Were you always like that? Or was it the fact that, you came to Australia and when you were 16 with nothing, had to work your way through it? What was the switch there?
I think life is built and character is built from the moments in life that happen through every individual. And older we get, more wisdom we get as humans, and more we learn. But at very young age, the thing that I have learned is that I never wanted to hold back with anything. I knew that time will pass. I knew that one day I'm going to be old, and am I going to be regretting shit in my life? And one of the biggest things that I always said to myself is, I'm not going to have my past hold me ransom. Because I grew up very poor. I spent 4 years in a civil war where we had no clean water, we had no electricity, school wasn't open for years because the civil war bombs were flying everywhere. So I had every excuse to use this victim mentality. I'm poor, came as a refugee to Australia, I wasn't born privileged. I had no toys to play with when I was a kid. We had fucking bullets on the streets and dead bodies. So I had everything to use as excuse. So with me, no, you know what? I'm going to use everything as a fuel. So any setback, I'm going to use it as a fuel to fucking be hungrier and be more motivated. Any bad experience, I'm going to use it again as a more fuel. So I think I had that mental switch at very young age that, you know what, I'm in control of my life. Yeah. I'm the only one that can make difference. Nobody will rescue me. Nobody will give me anything for free or anything for nothing. So I understood that at a very young age, and I'm urging all the fucking kids, like, you know what? You're in control of your life. You either make it fucking great or you don't. Or give me every excuse in the world why you can't do something. Or give yourself reasons why you fucking can and focus on them, double down.
And it looks like that mindset's really compounded to the point now where you're on quite a roll in all your businesses.
Yeah.
So when you founded NGU Real Estate Group, that was 2016.
Yeah. 10 years ago.
What was the driver for that?
Well, I was always in property development and construction, and at that time, I just had enough of dealing with real estate agents.
Yep.
I thought that, fuck, agents, they're not moving ahead with time, with marketing. You know, agents would just put property on realestate.com and wait for buyer to find them. But everybody was on social media. So we were the first that were really getting ourselves out on social media, being creative enough to attract buyers and go after buyers instead of wait for them to find us. So I just felt like agents are being so behind. Just like I feel right now, yeah, they have caught up with marketing, but now they're behind with AI. And now we're trying to be first one there again so we can scale again while they're still sleeping. So I just felt, you know what, I got a property development company. I use real estate agents to sell my product. And first of all, they're not ahead with marketing. And two, I felt like they didn't understand the product I was building. It's like me and you selling now, I don't know, this lamp here, you know, and if you don't know anything about it, how can we convince somebody to buy it? So, yeah, and I said, fuck it. I feel like
You can do it.
I can do it. And, you know, now 16 offices and opening a few more this month and next month.
And 500 staff across the business.
Well, across all of our businesses, yes, over 500 staff.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. But it's responsibility, you know, when you employ people, I'm also responsible for 500 families.
Yeah.
And now the challenge is AI can take half of the jobs away. So I can lose tomorrow 250 people. So what do? Do I lose half of the people? But this half of the people, they've been great to me over 5 and 10 years. Now AI is taking their role over. So challenge is what do you do? So one thing that we're doing, what most business people are not, most business people are looking for ways how to get rid of staff so they can get AI to replace their role and automate it. But with me, it's like, okay, no, I, these people are amazing. They've been great to me over the years. How can I get every single one of them to have an AI assistant to help them do 100 times more a day? Then their job is safe and we actually end up thriving.
And you are integrating that at the moment?
Heavily.
Yep.
Double down on AI.
So you want to touch on how those AI agents help? So could you maybe touch on some of the tasks?
Well, I'll give you an idea. I received lease. I'm about to take another. I'm building a couple of gym and wellness places, and I'm taking one wellness place in Brisbane CBD, and I received lease documents from a landlord. And first thing I did, I sent it to my lawyer to look over it. Took him 9 days to get back to me. He charged me $5,500. He gave me all red flags. What's wrong with the lease? At the same time, I put that lease into my AI assistant. I call him George. In 1 second, George told me everything that lawyer told me in 9 days. And George told me for free. And George gave me more red flags that lawyer didn't pick up. So normally my assistant is the one that she's going to send all those documents, email it to the lawyer, wait for them to get it back, and then send all those documents back to the other party. Or now she can just drop that herself into her AI assistant. We'll give her all the answers back, and she can just speak to it. She can just say, okay, send it to all parties, and it's done. Which means whatever would take her 1 hour or 2 hours, she can do it straight away.
Wow.
So it just makes everybody's job more efficient, and everything is instant. Anything that anybody does on a computer, white collar workers, anything can be done in a split second. Yesterday, I was on the stage speaking in front of 800 people. Simon was next to me. While he was actually speaking, idea popped in my head. I typed it into my AI assistant, and within 2 minutes from idea to all this research analysis to live website, 2 minutes. That's a fucking 6-month job in general. So all of my staff, they have all of these tools that they can do things quicker, more efficient, quicker on the spot. And what was taking my assistant, personal assistant, 10 hours, she can do it now in 10 minutes, and she can do more.
Yep. And how do you manage the cult, like as this shift comes into the business, you got 16 offices, over 500 staff, the shift to AI and the changing of how the business operates with AI. How are you going to manage culture, or how are you managing culture? Is it?
I think the culture to us is managed on another level, because they know they have a leader that is taking advantage of AI, making everybody's roles more efficient and making us thrive. While a lot of people, their culture is built, how can we use AI to get rid of half of you?
Yep.
With me, how can we use AI to keep a soul? You know, so they know I care enough to, and I'm spending a lot of money. You know, I got 2 AI experts in my office that they are rolling all AI assistants, you know, across the board, and they know I care enough to protect everything that we have built together as a team.
And it sounds like one of your core values within your organization is loyalty, because it sounds
you
like...
can't buy loyalty, right? Loyalty, you know, but for people to be loyal to you, you have to be great to them.
Yep.
Otherwise, they can be loyal to the certain point, but they'll fucking leave.
Yep.
You know, good people will stay as long as you're good to them.
Yep.
Shit people, or whatever you want to call them, weak ones that don't produce anything, they're going to be always looking for excuse, and they're going to be jumping from company to company, company from company, blaming all of their surroundings instead of looking themselves in the mirror and realizing, hey, maybe it's them.
And so when you're hiring now, your team, what are the 3 characteristics you're looking for someone to come and work with you?
All depends on the role, right?
Yep.
You know, all depends on the role, but I always have one question for any individual. How many jobs did you have in 5 years?
Yep.
If you tell me I had 15 jobs and you got excited, you might think that I might think that's a good thing. All I'm thinking is like, fuck, you're going to treat my business just like a train station where you hop on and hop off and you go. You know, I want people that are solid, people that, you know, want to be in one place for a long time, contribute. So to me, that's the first thing that I want. 2, always dig deep. Every time I'm having conversation with anybody, I don't hire people anymore. We got a team that does it. But when I was hiring, I would dig deep to see where does that talent lie? Because everybody is talented at something. But you, for example, if you came to me for interview, you might apply for one role, but after 10 minutes talking to you, I can say, you know what? I actually think you'd be better here. I dig deep to see where does your strength lie, and then we can bring the best out of you. Yep. Because if you put a talented person into a wrong role, they're going to fucking sink. You're going to lose somebody that maybe was amazing at something else.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're really highlighting your team members' passions and putting...
And I dig deep to see what do they want out of life? Yep. What do they want out of this work? What's the 5-year plan? What's the 10-year plan? What's a life plan? What's a life plan? What's your life plan over 5-10 years? Let's break it down. Yep. You know, this lady behind me that I forgot her name, feel bad. I'm bad with names, by the way. You know, if I was speaking to her, I was like, what do you want to do in 5 years, in 10 years? She can say, hey, I want to be earning $1 million, okay? I also want to be mom of 3 kids, okay? I want to get married, okay? Well, how do we balance and have all of that? You know, how can you, I want to spend time with my mom and dad. Great. How do we, mom and dad are important. You want to have a future family, that's important. Your future husband is important, but your career is important, and you want to make $1 million in 3 years. Well, something's going to have to shift. Something's going to have to shift. Something's going to have to give. And how do we manage that path for you to achieve all of those things potentially in that time? Let's build the roadmap, how to get there.
And that's what you do with your team members. And that's
Absolutely. You have to. Otherwise, you're going to have blind people in your business. And I don't want that.
No. And one thing, Emil, I wanted to touch on as well, it's been quite public the last week or so about your decision to sell your properties.
Yeah.
So I wanted to really ask where you see the opportunity in property development in Southeast Queensland at the moment, because it sounds like you're cashing up at the moment. Do you see opportunities in the market, or do you think we're in a point now where you need to sort of hold back, cash up, and look for the opportunities?
My views about property market, I hope what I'm thinking that I'm wrong. I truly hope I'm wrong for everybody else's sake. Now, real estate market, property market is driven by demand, firstly. Two, by banks giving people money.
Mm-hmm.
Three, by employment or unemployment. Unemployment now is just under 4%. Economy is solid. Banks are lending money. Demand is strong. In Queensland, specifically, over the next 5 years, everything is telling us that property prices should double.
That's your supply and demand ratio.
Correct. But think about it. We got $130 billion worth of infrastructure that we need built over the next 5-6 years in Queensland. We're going to be short of 60,000 workers. Where they're going to live when we import them from other cities in Australia or the world, they're going to need to live somewhere. Yep. So all the boxes are there to say, fuck, prices should double. Demand is huge, right?
The market should keep going.
Makes sense. What I'm afraid of is how many people will be losing jobs due to AI. People said, how can unemployment go? Well, I ask every business owner a question. A simple question I asked them. I asked yesterday 800 business owners. I asked them. And also day before I was speaking in front of 600 business owners. And I asked them the same question. What would you rather do? Employ somebody in person in your business, pay them $100,000, or have AI assistant that costs you $100 a month to do things better? What would you rather do? Put your hand up if you would employ $100,000 in person, human in your business compares to $100 a month. You know how many people put their hand up? 0. That tells you where unemployment might go. Now, yesterday, I built a website in 2 minutes, full platform. Something that web developer would do. Their job is gone. Am I going to ask my lawyers for advice anymore about my lease or anything? No, their job is gone. Bookkeepers, I had freaking 4 or 5 virtual assistants, bookkeepers that were helping my accountant. All their roles are automated. So any admin job can be gone. If you got a company with 200 accountants and bookkeepers, you only need 20 now. So those people that lose their jobs, where they're gonna go? If you're a 52 years old bookkeeper and you lose your job, what you normally do, you go and work somewhere else. But if your job doesn't exist, what are you gonna do? People can say, oh, they can learn a trade. Yes. It might take them 4 years to do apprenticeship to learn the trade. And by the time they learn the trade, robots could be fucking doing the work. And they're still fucked. Yep. Unemployment doesn't have to go to 30 or 40% for economy to collapse and for real estate to cripple. It just needs to go to 8%.
Yeah. And it's the flow and effect of that because there's debt to be serviced. So that's probably...
People that don't have jobs, they can't borrow money. Banks will not give you a loan if you don't have a job or business that pays you.
Yeah, and I guess what you're saying is the default rate on the current mortgages could increase as well.
Massively.
If your unemployment
Massively. And people lose jobs, how can they buy properties? So based on my beliefs, and there's no stopping AI. This is not a recession where you're screwed for 2 years and you come back again. This is not a COVID where we all have COVID and we don't work for 1 or 2 years or whatever, and then we go back to normality again. AI is taking professions away. So 2-3 years. But the good news is people, I believe, still have time to do something about it because most people are 1 or 2 years behind. I'm now so ahead I'm doing stuff, but most people are not.
Yep. So are you saying that the adoption rate you believe for AI in most industries is going to be 2 to 3 years?
Well, I think most people are slow to adopt things in general.
Yep.
So I think end of this year, unemployment is going to skyrocket.
Yep.
So long answer, where will property market be? In my opinion, I'm worried.
So are you undertaking any property developments? At the
Zero.
moment? Yep.
Zero. Not interested.
And you're just holding. So your position at the moment is to cash up and wait to see what happens and see the opportunities.
Well,
or are you completely going in a different direction? Are you maybe playing more with AI?
Oh, look, I started one business 5 days ago.
Yeah.
I'm starting another one today. In a space where I believe I can capitalize on in the future. So I think some business owners that are so progressive will do extremely well.
Yep.
But majority, think about big companies that have 5,000 staff. They have managers managing managers, and then there are managers managing managers. Then the CEO is being managed by the chairman, and then there is a board because they're a public company. You know how long it takes them to make any fucking decisions? In my business, I can make a decision right
Quickly.
this second to do whatever I want.
Yep.
So by the time those corporations make decisions, they might be dead.
So question then, in terms of the development process and construction process, where do you think AI is going to step in? Do you feel it'll be the approval process, the design process?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because I just got a development approval for one of my blocks of land in Brisbane, and I was waiting for 7 months. Every month I would call my town planner and would say, hey, how's my development approval going? He would say, hey, it should be out soon, but the guy at council that is handling, he's on holiday now. The guy come back from the holiday, then his assistant is on a fucking holiday. So 7 months later, all that AI can do in 1 second, speed things up in 1 second. But the bad news is the guy who's handling all that paperwork, he just lost a job.
Yep. But then the speed in which projects are going to come to life is going to be a lot quicker.
Like that.
Yep.
But how long is it going to take for council and government to adapt?
Yep. And then what about the next stages in terms of assessing finance? In terms
Instant.
Yep.
And all of those people that are handling those jobs manually, those jobs are gone. AI can do it right now instantly.
And what about, given your insight, we're talking about architects, engineers, geotechnical investigations.
They won't exist.
Yep. So AI
takes the job completely.
So we'll have a situation where AI is going to be designing buildings.
Already doing it. You as an architect, you just lost your job. Thank you. That's why I'm so scared for fucking humanity. There will be so many people unemployed, and people that don't work, they lose purpose, they lose confidence, that they're useless. Where the fuck will all this go? God knows.
Yeah, but I guess from what I'm hearing is that you're seeing it as an opportunity to grow. So the work that you might lose, or your increasing capacity to then grow, do more, generate more opportunity. So that opportunity still exists for these other businesses.
Correct.
Yeah. One question I do have as well is, in terms of physical construction, me trying to understand where AI is going to come into the physical construction process.
They're already building 1 million robots a day.
Yep.
It's like whatever the number is. 5 years, there will be robots doing everything.
So on site, actually building.
Yes, sir. And you might be married to one. It's just fucked. That's the reality.
Wow. So like laying blocks, painting.
Yeah.
All of
they can already do that. And so all that is coming. I mean, look at this. There's already driverless cars. Now, how dangerous that is. They are, you're giving your life in control of a robot.
Yep.
Because driverless cars already exist. They can go 100 kilometers an hour on freeway. And you as a human is already trusting them to drive the car and take you from A to B. And if they do this on the freeway, they can hit the fucking other car and you're dead.
Yeah.
But humans already trust them. In America, they already got driverless cars. And here, within the next 6 months, is already going to be available. All the Uber drivers will lose their jobs because all the cars will be driverless.
And again, it's just dependent on how long that adoption period is.
A lot faster than we think.
So with all this being said, because now I get a good grasp of where you see things going, where's Emil Juresic in 5 years?
Well, I, as a business owner, I'm an opportunist. I look for opportunities, whatever season of the year I'm in. Now I'm on the season of the AI, and I look for great opportunities as a business owner. As a human in 5 years, I always thrive to be a better person, better partner to Giselle, better son to mom and dad, better friend to my friends, still stay a fucking human, not lose my mind with all the AI shit that is happening. In 5 years, I just want to keep being happy. Financially, I've already achieved anything that I really need financially.
It's more about
So I don't
being
need any
content.
more money. I don't need any more supercars. Got fucking 6 of them. I just want to keep being happy. I want to be happy, and I really want to contribute to society one way or the other. If it's charity, we just raised $60,000 last night for charity, which is about $440,000 for Starlight Children's Foundation, all up over the last couple of years. 2 weeks ago, we raised $70,000 for another kids' charity. And so with me, I really want to be giving back. And right now, me talking a lot about AI, I just simply want to get people to be more aware.
Yep.
So they got time, maybe 1 year or 6 months to do something about their job so they can upskill and learn more, and business owners to do something about it so they don't do their businesses. So I love giving back, to be honest.
And is that the driver behind the One Life Club? Because I know you're giving a lot of insight to business owners, and that seems to be a big passion of yours.
One Life Club is massive passion. It's a project owned by myself and Simon Bede. It's a business community. They turn over $1 million. We got 520 unbelievable members. In business world is quite lonely. Half of the times or most of the times you're by yourself, and we feel like we build community where you don't feel alone. Business owners are encouraging each other, pushing each other, doing business with each other, sharing knowledge on a daily basis. We just build a tight community that just wants to keep making progress, and they don't want to be left behind.
And how many members in that community?
520 right now.
Great. That's great. One other question for you. Are you able to share your wellness venture at the moment?
Yeah, so fucking excited.
Yeah.
I'm 2 months away from launching our first gym and fitness and recovery place. It's called Level X. And so to us, to Giselle and myself, health is so important now. Maybe it's the age that we are in now, where like, holy shit, we're not 20 years old anymore. We need to, but I feel better than ever. To us, I feel like experience economies will be safe as a business in the future. That's one thing. People have more time to, and you can't just stay in the house for 20 days. People have more time to go and enjoy places like that. And plus, too, we are passionate, so we're building our first gym and with full recovery there as well. And then we are about to start construction on the second one, and we want to scale that across Australia and make a place. But the gyms that we are building and wellness places is where you can spend all day. So you can go and have a gym session, then you can have a breakfast, then you can have a full recovery session. You can have a hyperbaric chambers, red therapies, ice bath, saunas, steam rooms, massages.
Everything.
You can do MRI, and then you got a conference rooms. You can work from there. It's a place we can really spend all day and feel good and eat healthy.
So where's the first one?
In Brisbane, in Toowong, which is 1 kilometer from Brisbane CBD. Second one is in heart of the Brisbane. And now we're negotiating another place on the Gold Coast and go from there.
Great. And what's it going to be called?
Level X.
Level X. Fantastic.
We all can take things to another level.
Well, Emil, I really appreciate you joining me. I've really
Pleasure.
enjoyed our conversation. Thank
Pleasure.
you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.
And sharing your insights.
Awesome. Thank you.